Hi guys, how's it going? It is Joy and I am back. I hope that everybody is well on this Sunday. I am here with you all, just chilling, just hanging out. I hope that you guys had an enjoyable Sunday. I know myself, I just chilled for the most part. Didn't really do that much this weekend, slept in for the most part. And yeah, just chilled out. The weather is actually kind of in between, especially here where I'm at in Illinois. The weather has been going back and forth between being like mild and like kind of chilly, and then kind of hot. But I hope it stays this way for a while because I know Illinois can get hot. And I know I was talking about, oh man, it's snowing and all that kind of stuff. So I'm just like, I think I would prefer probably like how it is now. I'm hoping it stays this way for a while. And just Misha, my narc has the best sex ever. I hate to say that. Yes, Misha. Narcissists have really good sex. I think that's probably something that they've mastered. Definitely mastered sex, and we definitely get addicted to it. We do get addicted, and it's hard for us to leave because it's like, they sex us so good, but then they treat us like crap, and we're just like, wait a minute, what's going on? So we're kind of going through that cognitive dissonance, and that's kind of getting to us a little bit, where it's like, we know something is bad, but we stay anyway. Or it's like, how when you smoke cigarettes, it's like, yeah, it may make me feel good, but then it causes this side effect. You know what I mean? The aftermath. So definitely, I get that for sure. Tiana, hey, what's going on? My day is well. Happy Sunday. Hey guys, thank y'all for tuning in. I appreciate all of you, and share y'all feedback. Feel free to tell y'all stories. This is definitely a safe space to do so. Yes, Misha, man. So, all right, now this is like super embarrassing, but like, so you guys know I've been dealing with narcissists since 2010. So the male narc that I dealt with, you guys, for 5 years, 4 years, my apologies. I lived with my aunt for 5 years, but the male narc that I dealt with for 4 years, we actually never had sex, you guys. Like, I don't know why I said that's embarrassing, but like, we didn't do it, but like, we went out on dates. My cat is like, hold on, you guys. I'm going to go and grab my cat. I'll be right back. Come on, baby. I don't want her like on my bed. She's like on my bed right now. Sorry about that, y'all. But yeah, like the narc and I, we never had sex. We definitely cuddled. We slept in the same bed and all that. Held hands. We kissed. He actually offered me to do it, but I turned it down. He offered me like, I want to say it was like 3 times. I remember this was like in the beginning stages of when we were dating each other. I guess the whole love. Hold on. Oh. Sorry about that, you guys. I do apologize. I don't know why my cat is being like that. She's so like, ugh. But yeah, so yeah, he offered me a couple times, and he was like, yeah, like, did you want to go in a room? And I was like, oh no, I'm fine. And we never did it. And one of the things that I will tell you guys, what kind of held me back from actually having sex with the narc, was the fact that my aunt that I lived with for 5 years, she actually told me if I got pregnant, she said that I would have to leave. And I remember she told me that when I think I was like 18. And when you're like an 18-year-old like that, that could kind of scare you. You'd be like, what? Like, you know what I mean? You may think like, so if I have sex or if I get pregnant, then that means you're not going to support me. You don't want nothing to do with it, So I think that was kind of like really embedded in me. But I will tell you guys this, I did end up having sex with the borderline, and it was actually pretty good. So, Misha, I definitely understand. But Tiana, you said I never had sex with the narcissist. He tried to manipulate me, but I didn't fall for it and then got ghosted. Yeah. Man, and isn't it crazy though? It's like we actually are in love with these people, but some of us, we don't even have sex with them. I think it's just, I don't know. It's like if it's the love bombing or it's like the dream they sell us, or maybe it's our own imagination. It's like something maybe we're wanting to manifest with the narcissist. We're just so in love with it. Then we fall in love with the narcissist. We fall in love with the narcissist's false self. You know what I mean? And we latch onto it, you know, and that is something that we're determined to get what we want, you know, but then I think we forget it's like, this may not be that healthy for me. This person's not good for me. And then we kind of had to, you know, either they ghost us or we ghost them, you know, and that kind of starts. And you guys can ask me questions. Please feel free. This can be like a Q&A. But yeah, you guys, that was my experience. Like I said, you know, I never had sex with her. We kissed a lot. We made out a lot. Like he was actually a really good kisser. I know that's like kind of crazy, but why does this look like this? Hold on a second, you guys. Let me put this. Okay, is that better? I feel like it looks sideways. Hold on a second. Trying to get this right. Okay, this is better. Cool. All right, can y'all see me good? Okay, but yeah, you guys. So it was different. But yeah, the narcissist, he tried to definitely manipulate the situation. I also too hear, do you guys also hear like narcissists actually withhold sex as well? Because I remember what year this was, like back in, I want to say it was 2012. I remember one time I had spent the night at his house because after I moved out of my aunt's, I was living in Long Beach, right? Long Beach, California. And he lived in North Hollywood. So that was still quite a distance. And I think, you know, I had been at his house and I decided to stay the night. And it was funny because, you know, we were watching movies. I guess like back then it was the whole, the Netflix and chill, but before people kind of started talking about it. So I guess we had like a Netflix and chill, but without the actual sex. But yeah, but I remember like later on, you know, while we were watching the movie, you know, he was holding my hand and he was like holding me from behind and we were like making out and all that stuff. And then we finally like went to the room and I like cleaned up. He cleaned up as well. And then like he started, and I know this is kind of like, you know, personal, but like, you know, he started to kind of caress my body, my chest and all that stuff. And that was cool. And I don't know, maybe he kind of felt like I wasn't really ready, which I wasn't. I mean, we didn't do it. We didn't have sex, but I don't know. He did ask me to kind of, I know this is explicit, but to kind of go, not like, I didn't go down on him, but he wanted me to touch it, I guess you could say. So I did that, but that was pretty much it. But yeah, we didn't do it. And I don't know, like he could have tried, but I don't know, for some reason, I feel like when he didn't do it or like didn't ask me, I feel like maybe he was trying to withhold the sex. So I don't know, maybe that was like his way of like, okay, yeah, I got control. Like I want her to want me. You know what I mean? I want her to beg me for the sex, you know? So some narcissists will do that. And then others of the narcissists, they will actually have sex with you. And then they do it really, really good, you know, get you addicted, you know, where you're wanting it all the time. And then they'll be like, oh, no, I can't do it. Or, you know, let's say if you're in the mood and they may be in the mood too, but they'll purposely be like, oh, I don't feel like it, just because, you know, they want to have that sense of control. They want to have that sense of power. Or it may be where they, like you're wanting to do it and then they may reject it or vice versa. So, yeah, it's definitely different. And they may throw it in your face, right? They may throw the sex in your face and they may be like, oh yeah, my sex is great. And this and that. And sometimes it actually is, but then other times it's like, okay, bro or sis, it's not that good, you know? So I love to hear you guys' feedback. What has been you guys' experience, like, you know, with narcissists trying to manipulate you? Or what they may do is they may like, let's say you guys got into an argument, right? to make up, they may try to say, oh, let's have sex. So that way you can forget about what happened, right? Like forget about what they said to you or what they did to you, or if they lied to you, cheated on you, or whatever. They may try to make up for that, you know? So, and then too, I will tell you this. I remember the narc, he would actually brag about how long he could go in bed. Like, have any of you guys as narc ever did that? Because I'm thinking like, okay, I remember before we were like kind of getting involved with each other, like he'd be like, oh yeah, and he was actually talking about his girlfriend, but he didn't tell me that he had a girlfriend, right? But he was like, yeah, like my ex, like, you know, we would do it for like an hour, 2 hours. And I'm like, 2 hours? Like back then I thought like that was a long time, but obviously, I don't know. People probably do it for longer. Who knows? But yeah, he'd be like, yeah, we keep going and going and going. And he was like, how long, what was the longest like you ever done it for? And I had told him it wasn't that long. Like, it wasn't like 2 hours and nothing like that. And he was bragging about that. You know, so that was definitely different. But I did have some topics that I wanted to cover. And like I said, you guys, please feel free to ask me questions if you like. So the questions actually came from Gary. Shout out to Gary. He wanted to know why someone's previous sex history should matter. For me, I think it's good, especially when you're dating, to ask questions, ask as many questions as possible. But two, you also want to, whoever you guys are dealing with or dating or whatever, or even if you're single, this is good knowledge to know, but like, you want to know like how many partners your person has had, you know, if they have like anything that has happened to them when they were sexually involved. So I know Gary mentioned like if they ever had like an STD before, or if they ever been sexually abused, you know what I mean? So those are some questions that you may want to like bring up or ask. And again, it might be a lot in the beginning, but what I've found is like the more questions you ask, the better. You know, and some people may get uncomfortable, but for me, I would think that that's a great thing, because for one, you're showing that person you want to get to know them. You're curious, you're interested in them, because some people, you know, like you could be dating them and they just want to have sex and they don't want anything else. Maybe they want a friends with benefits or a good time or, you know, happy ending, and that's fine. But if you are in the dating field and you actually want a relationship, you want a family, you want kids and all that stuff, you don't want to just be dealing with someone and they're just wanting like one night stands or a situationship, you know what I mean? That kind of stuff. So definitely ask questions and be honest, be open, be honest. And let's say if you had the STD, like talk about it, you know? How did you deal with it? How did you recover from that? Or if you were sexually abused, if you feel comfortable and open, like let them know, like tell them what has happened, or, you know, that kind of stuff, because those things can actually like make or break relationships. So you definitely just want to be honest. And you guys, please feel free to share your experience. Like, have you had something that happened and maybe the person didn't talk about it, or, you know, and it kind of came up like in the end and you're just like, dude, like, why didn't you say anything? You know what I mean? So please feel free, you guys. I'd love to hear. Tiana, you said most narcissists are not going to be honest and tell you or talk about their past, present sex life. Yeah, that's true. That's true. And I was just kind of mentioning what Gary was one of the topics that he wanted to talk about. I think it was probably just for like general, but I know this is narcissists. But yeah, you're right, Tiana. Narcissists will not talk about their past sex life. I mean, they may lie about it. They may over exaggerate it, you know, or they can make it up. You know, it's like something that's like false, right? So, I mean, it's like when you're dealing with the narcissist, you're dealing with the devil. You guys know what I mean? Everything out of their mouth is a lie. They are pathological liars. And some people used to like tell me like, hey, Joy, like, why are you beating up narcissists? Narcissists are humans too. And, they need help. And they you know, you shouldn't be so down on them. But it's like, dude, like these people are destroying lives like every day. You know what I mean? It's like, because again, these type of people are not seeing that there's something wrong with them. I mean, some of them do, and they just don't care, and they're just going about their way, and they just do what they do. You know what I mean? So for somebody to be like, hey, why are you bashing narcissists? Like, dude, like, look at what they're doing. You know what I mean? So, but yeah, I definitely thought that was crazy. Like, oh, but yeah, you guys. So yes, don't let a narcissist manipulate you with sex. Don't let them control you, because I get it. We all love sex. Like, who doesn't? Come on. You know, it feels good. It's a great experience, you know, and hey, it's pleasurable. You know, it makes people feel at ease, you know. It's a great thing, but some people will use it to their advantage to control and manipulate the situation. And you don't want to let that be your downfall, right? Because especially like, and both male and female narcissists do this, but like the female narcissists will use this against the guys, right? They'll try to control them sexually. You know, they'll not want to do it with them. If the guy is wanting it, you know, they'll be like, oh, you know, I'm not feeling it or whatever. And they'll withhold it for a long while. The male narcs would do that too. But females, I don't know. Something about the female narcs, I am just not a fan. I'm not a fan of male narcs either, but like the female ones, I don't know. For me, and you guys can be honest, who do you think is worse? Is it the female narcs or the male narcs? Or do you guys think that they're equally the same? But I don't know. I just feel like they may be the same, but for me, I feel like the females have more control, because I don't know. I feel like they control the children and they have influence over the children more. So I don't know, like the damage that they do to the kids. Because like even my aunt, like when I used to live with her, I don't know. I feel like she was kind of setting me up to be like a narc magnet, like because that was how she was behaving. And it's like, that's all I saw in the house. And so I'm going out in the world. I'm out there. Back when I used to date, you know, I felt like if somebody was like her, or it was like that is what I was seeing in my environment, I'm like, oh, okay, then that's home. That's love for me. Like, oh yeah, I want to be with this person, or you know what I mean? But it's like, that was the wrong example. Like, that's not love at all. That's toxic. That's destructive. That's harmful. You get what I'm saying? So, yeah, man. But yeah, you definitely, and I guess I could say a normal person. When it comes to a normal person, you may want to ask questions about their previous sex history, and the normal person may lie as well. So I don't know. You kind of have to really like use your intuition and really just be like sure, and like trust yourself, right? Like how we talked about in the other video, like trusting yourself. And knowing that you can kind of spot if like somebody is lying. Because I don't know, for me, I think like what people have done previously, like in their sex life, I think that is very important, you know, because let's say you get involved with a person, you don't want them to be giving you like STDs, or, you know, them to have triggers when certain things happen. You know what I mean? So it's definitely good to talk about that, right? And then another thing Gary mentioned, I don't know if Gary's in the room or not, but let's see here. He also said, yeah, so narcissists will use sex as a way to lure people in. Yes, narcissists will do that in the beginning. When they love bombing you, narcissists will definitely use sex, the men and the women as well, right? And then, the other thing is I wanted to talk about, you guys, is why they keep a lot of their hookup partners around and describe them as friends. Narcissists will do that. And I like to hear what you guys think. Like, so basically, narcissists will use their exes as friends. They'll say that they're a friend, but they're actually just like a supply, you know, like an old supply, or just somebody, you know, that they can use for whether it's sex, resources, you know, emotionally, whatever the case is. So narcissists will definitely keep other people. They call it the narc mayhem, right? The narc followers is what they have, right? So you do want to keep that in mind. So know if you are dealing with a narcissist, you're never the only one. There's tons, well, not, I wouldn't say tons, but there's a group of people probably waiting in the wings to be with the narcissist, because the narcissist is always, you know, checking up on their supply, you know, trying to groom them, train them to be ready at any moment whenever they need to discard the person that they're with now. Let's say you, or maybe you was with them before, you know what I mean? So narcissists definitely keep their options open, you know? I mean, and it's, for me, I would say keeping your options open is not a bad thing, but to a certain extent, you know what I mean? But yes, narcissists will disguise their exes as friends just to keep them around, just in case if it doesn't work out with you, right? So they always have to have a backup, you know? Because narcissists can't be alone, right? Like they can't. It's just not in their DNA. They cannot be alone. And just Misha, you said he does it for hours multiple times a night. I be tired and he doesn't care. What? Oh my goodness. Man, yeah, I heard narcissists can go for a while. They can definitely go for a while. Like I said, the narc that I dealt with, he would brag to me and he'd be like, yeah, like I went for an hour, 2 hours, 3 hours. And I'd be like, what? And he's like, yeah, like we take a break and we keep going and we just keep going and on, going and on and on. And I think he was just saying, I mean, it probably was true. You know, it probably was true. But I think he was doing that because he's like, you know, trying to get me to have sex with him, which I get, he's a guy. But like, I'm like, dude, like, if you already have a girlfriend, why are you still trying to have sex with me? Like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know. Have you guys dealt with that too? And I know narcissists do that. That's what they do. That's what they do. But don't try to like include me into that. Like, at least see if I'm down. Like, of course I'm not down for it, but like, at least give me that option to choose. You know, you guys know what I mean? So that's the selfishness of a narcissist. But man, once you have sex with them, that soul tie, ooh wee, it's gonna be hard to break that. I'm telling you, because like I said, you start to fall in love with them. That dopamine has been released, so like, you know, that love has come out, you know, and you have, when you think of the narc, especially when it comes to sex, feelings of happiness and love and joy come. So. But then when you get abused, you're like, wait a minute, what's going on? Like, again, that cognitive dissonance, right? I don't even know if I made a video of that or not. I probably will and kind of talk about it. But yeah, that is definitely hard to break free from. Definitely hard to break free from. And it's just one day at a time. Now, just Misha, are you still in contact with your narc, if you don't mind me asking? I feel like I've been talking a lot. But yeah, we have to be the ones in control. Like if we let the narcissist control us, especially like through sex, it's like they got us. They got us. Like we got to be strong. We got to have self-control, right? You know, and just in general, it doesn't necessarily have to be a narc. Anybody, like you don't want anyone to control you sexually, right? Because it's like they got you, you know. And they will use that against you. Like narcissists use your love, your care, your tenderness. They'll use that against you. I know that's like really, really sad, but that is exactly like what they do, you know. And you don't want to fall victim to that because it's easy to do so, you know. But yeah, man, it is difficult dealing with narcissists. And my heart definitely goes out to you if you are dealing with one. Trust me, you're not alone. You're definitely not alone. And definitely, if you guys would like support in that, you could please feel free to reach out to me. I would love to support you guys in any and every way that I can. You know, because I mean, I know it's not easy dealing with narcissists. It's life changing. I would definitely say it's life changing. It's changed my life, but for the better, right? Definitely for the better. And man, but and that's the other thing I was gonna say, you guys. The borderline. I did have sex with the borderline, and it was funny, you guys. What's funny is like I wasn't even with the borderline for that long, y'all. Like I was only with the borderline for 4 months, and I started to see, you know, the red flags right through. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, like I had saw the red flags before. But you guys know, like when you're young and you're like, man, this is what I want. I want a relationship. I want to do anything and everything to make it work. Doesn't matter how I'm being treated. or it doesn't matter how it may look on the outside. I'm going to do whatever it takes to make this work. And I think that's what I did back when I was younger. I think I'm trying to see, how old was I when I was talking to borderline? Because I know I was between, what was I, 21 when I talked to the narc? And I think by the time I stopped talking to, I think I was like 24, 25. Yeah. And then I talked to the borderline. I think it was when I was 26 or 27 when I talked to the borderline. I'm 32 now. Wow, I can't even believe I'm saying 32. Jeez, Lord. But yeah, like we had sex, and it was good. It was really, really good. But and the craziest part, I think we only did, how many times did we do it? I think, was it twice or 3 times? Something like that. But yeah, it was good every time. And but yeah, he was toxic. He was really, really toxic. And what's weird, I really should have saw this as a red flag, you guys. Like, I remember, like, we would be sleeping in the bed, and I don't know, maybe this was just something that he was going on, something that was going on within him. Maybe this wasn't a red flag. Maybe I should have just been like, oh, it is what it is. But like, he would like wake up in the middle of the night and he'd be like startled. Like, I don't know if he was like having a dream or something, and he would just like shake, and I don't know. It was really strange. I don't know what was going on. But yeah, I would definitely have that experience with the borderline. And then he would cut himself. He would actually harm himself. A lot of borderlines harm themselves, which I thought, again, another red flag. And then he was actually a rapper. So he was a battle rapper. And I noticed like a lot of his music was very like, he was angry and frustrated, and the music was really like mean. Like, and I get it, like some artists, they express themselves in different ways. I get it, but I don't know. I felt like there was just other stuff that he had to deal with, and maybe he wasn't ready to be with anybody, you know? So, but yeah, that was the experience. And yeah, I'm happy that I got out when I did. Oh, and the other thing was another sign that I should have listened and left earlier. He actually was cool and was friends with the people that I didn't really care for. Like, I'm going to just tell you guys the story real quick, and I'm going to let y'all go. But so we worked together, and the manager, I mean, I did not care for the manager. I was just like, oh, okay, I'm just here doing what I got to do, right? And so, like, as soon as people saw that we were talking and stuff, I don't know, I felt like people was trying to like intrude, like trying to get in between us or whatever. I don't know. It was just work drama, which I don't recommend. Like, if you work somewhere, I mean, under certain circumstances, try not to date, because it can cause a lot of drama, right? That's just been my experience. But anyway, so, you know, we start talking and dating and stuff. And the manager notices. He's like, oh, Joy, so you and so-and-so, y'all together. And, you know, we was dating and stuff. And what I noticed is, like, we would eat lunch every day together, right? And the manager, like, out of nowhere, by the way, he had a girlfriend. So I'm just thinking, like, why is he, like, trying to talk to us? Like, but he would, like, come in between. He's like, oh, like, where y'all eating lunch at? And what y'all up to? And just being nosy, you know? And so, I don't know. I didn't like him. Like, he was very cunning and very manipulative. It was a sales call center, so he was very salesy. So I don't know. I was just like, I didn't really care for him. And I told the borderline that, and it's like he went out of his way to like be his friend and like hang out with him all the time. I'm like, I don't know. It was just different. I should have seen that as like, obviously he doesn't care. Like, he doesn't care about my feelings. Like, he's just going to do what he does no matter what, you know? And you don't want to be with anybody like that. You want somebody that's going to care, at least care about your feelings, something like, you know? So yeah. And Vanessa, hey, you said you needed to hear this. Okay. Yes. And, but yeah, it was a different experience. Yeah, narcissists, borderlines, very similar, but borderlines, I feel like they do have the capacity to love. I do feel like they have the empathy, but they're just scared of abandonment, and they're scared of rejection. They're actually going to abandon you and reject you before you can do that to them. And narcissists kind of do the same thing, but narcissists, usually they don't love, they don't have that empathy, no compassion there at all, you know. So yeah, but yeah, if you guys see those red flags, you see those signs, please don't ignore it. Like, it will save you a lot of heartache. It will save you a lot of heartbreak. And some of us, we may have to go through that. Maybe that's just our journey. Maybe that's just our experience, and that's okay. But to repeat that over and over and over again, sometimes we got to repeat it in order for us to get it. Because for me, I always feel like, well, God's going to keep bringing you an experience or having you have somebody in your life where they're maybe bringing up some things where you may feel like not pretty enough. You may have low self-esteem, or you may not value yourself. You may not know how to set boundaries. You may not know how to be assertive or speak up for yourself, right? But when you're in these relationships with narcissists or toxic people, right, they will bring that up, and it's up to you to stand up to the plate and, you know, do what you know is right, you know? So, yeah, I definitely do feel like God is always testing us in that way. But that's all I have, you guys, unless y'all want to ask me any other last minute questions, any other feedback, anything like that. I love to hear you guys. And also, you guys, please leave topics of things that you want to learn about, because I mean, that's why I do these videos, because I want to help you guys. I want to do topics based on the things that you guys want to learn, whether it's about narcissists or just relationships in general. You know, please let me know. I love to hear. And make sure that you guys are subscribed to my email list, so that way you can get like new updates and the things that I'm doing and all that kind of stuff. And that's pretty much it. And I did wanted to add, I know I didn't mention this before, but I am offering free 30-minute support sessions. So if any of you guys are interested, if you want to just talk about anything that's going on in your life, or you want to talk about things that's been bothering you in regards to the narcissist or just life in general, please email me, livenarcfree9@gmail.com. And I love to hear, right? And then what else? I'm trying to see. I think that's it. But like I said, I really do love you guys. I appreciate all of you. Just when you guys show up in the room like this, that really, really honestly makes my day. And I'm so happy that you guys joined. And yeah, I hope you guys stay safe. Don't let the narcissist control you. Don't let them manipulate you. Like, you got to take your power back. You have to know your worth. And it may take some time. It may take some time, but trust me, you can get there. You can move on. You can be better. You don't have to let this define you, right? But if you do let it define you, it will be in a good way, right? So yes, that's all I have, you guys. Make sure that you do like, share, and subscribe. And if you guys want to learn more about how you can work with me one-on-one, definitely visit my website. So, and I look forward to hearing from you guys. And I do offer video and audio courses. And if you guys are interested, you can definitely inquire about my 90-day coaching program, where I do help you and guide you on how to overcome narcissistic abuse. And or if you would like to learn about how to turn your pain into power. So after dealing with a situation like this, you know, dealing with narcissists and all that stuff, how to turn that into your passion, how to turn that into your power, I would definitely love to assist you guys. So other than that, I'm signing out, and I will see you guys next time. Take care. I love you so much. Bye.